So, you're coming off the high of an exhilarating session, right? Your group takes a collective sigh of relief, and you talk about the events that have transpired. But a voice pops in your head. A voice that says, "No, I don't want this to end. No, I don't want to wait a week or 2 weeks or a month until the next session." Well, you know what? I've got you covered, because on this episode of Dungeon Dramatics, we're talking about what to do after the session has ended. Things you can do to further character development, to stay in the world, talk about things you're doing when it's not the events that happen during the session, and just anything you can do in general to keep yourself immersed in the world. So let's get into it. One thing I love to do after the session has ended is actually open up my character journal and write a journal entry for that session, from my character's point of view. Talk about the events that have transpired and how your character feels about them, and any other thoughts they're having at the moment, but make sure you're writing it from a first-person perspective. Maybe choosing a certain handwriting that makes you feel like you are in character. Maybe developing a certain signature for your character. Whatever you can do to immerse yourself in this journaling, I think will aid you and make you feel more connected. Journaling also has a nice way of understanding the thoughts you have going on in your head. When you put them down on the paper, right, they're more concrete, they're more understandable to you. And you can go back and revisit how you were feeling when it's time to get into the next session. And just overall, after the campaign's finished, it's really nice to go back and just relive these experiences from a first-person point of view. And they end up living on forever because of that. Now I'm going to rip off this next one straight from another player in our party, the wonderful and talented Cersei. Cersei has been taking solo D&D to the next level. They picked up a solo D&D book from PAX Unplugged this year that let you play as a raven or a crow. I can't remember which one it was, but either way, you're playing as a bird. And Cersei painted this as a dream sequence for their character, right? They were running through this solo bird campaign as if it were Cersei, and putting themselves in these different predicaments as this character in a dream help them figure out things about their character that maybe they wouldn't have known if they weren't put in said predicaments. So solo D&Ding is a great way to take agency by using dreams, right? Because you have ultimate control over your dreams. Sometimes your DM may run a dream sequence for you or something, but most of the time you are in control of what your character is dreaming about. So use this as a way to stay in character when you're not playing. And I just think coming into that next session, being able to talk about a dream that your character had over the night that has transpired is just super impressive. And honestly, will probably impress everyone at the table and be a flavorful way to start the session. Downtime details. I love downtime because it's a way for the player to have agency over some things that their character would do in the time when they're not playing in the session. So you can use this time to talk about letters you would write, or people you would meet, or books you would read, whatever your character, maybe like martial arts training they want to do. Maybe you take your pet companion out on a walk. Whatever, have fun. This is your moment to take the story and run with it, and honestly help your DM expand their knowledge of your character. So when you're given the opportunity to have such freedom, really put your character's flavor in there and put your stake on this adventure. Now this next one is not for everybody because not everybody is artistically inclined, but something I want to do more of. I'm not the most artistically inclined person, but I want to try this, which is kind of like illustrating events that have transpired in that session, right? Maybe like you guys got into like an awesome fight, or you had a really cool like moment. Maybe you like broke out of jail or something, and you want to just like draw that and put the characters there and really like visualize it and everything. Or maybe you just want to do character art. Maybe your character did something funny in the last session. You just want to like illustrate it, whatever. Or maybe you're not artistically inclined and you want someone else to do it for you. Whatever you can do, just bringing the visual medium in there, I think is a great way to stay immersed. Another thing you can do that's a little bit more tactical is really go over your character's stats and their abilities, because nothing is worse than it coming to your turn in combat and you not knowing what to do. So take the off time to really study your spells, your abilities, your movement speed, whatever, everything that can help you in combat, and write like little playbooks, little strategies you can use to just really make it easy for yourself. And after you've kind of like got this playbook going, right, you can give it fun names. Like the, what's the one between Hulk and Wolverine? The fastball special. Stuff like that. I don't know, you can even combine it with other players in your party. Maybe like you and the wizard got some combination you want to pull off. Give it a fun name between the two of you. Fuck it. And last but not least, wrapping this all up, the best thing you can do is put all of these things in one place, which would be an awesome character journal. Now, your character journal is kind of like your home base for your character, right? Really take your time making it pretty, make it match the vibe of your character, make it something you look at when you want to just get back into character. Read some past journal experiences, look at some art, read your combat tactics. One-stop shop for all of these things we've talked about. And nothing's more impressive than flipping through a well-done character journal. I'm actually in the process of making mine, improving on a previous iteration of mine, but I'm really locking in here, and I'm going to be making a video about it in the future, so stay tuned for that. Now, if you enjoyed this video, I would really love to hear about how you stay immersed in your game when you're not in the session. And if you really hated this video, like always, tell me you hate me down below. I really appreciate it, and thank you guys for sticking around. I'll catch you next time.